Hi everybody, and welcome back to Park City, Utah at the Park City Skate Park. I'm here because my son is doing Woodward Park City for a week doing his thing over there, so I'm of course tagging along so I can do some skating. You will see some Woodward stuff in another video, but I wanted to do the city skate park first. So I started off on my favorite curved ledge that I discovered last year, and I started with a couple of 50/50s to kind of get things going, get things warmed up. And then I wanted to take that nose grind that I've been working on so much, and I was really hoping to do it here. Either a nose grind or a crook, but I don't lock my crooks in properly. So nose grind is what was starting to happen as I got a little more comfortable. So I just kept going for those. I never really got one here. I never got off the ledge and rode away from a nose grind. There was a problem with the curved ledge that I just discovered. When I tried a nose grind, and you're going to see it at this angle, this was a really good angle to show it. I get into the grind, I start sliding, and then the outside wheel that's on the outside of the angle iron there catches the angle iron and then sticks. And I tried everything I could to try to get it to slide so that I would maybe slide along the edge of that angle iron. I waxed the side of it, I waxed the side of my wheel, I waxed the top over and over again, but I could never keep the grind going and I would always stick. And I think that's from being used to doing it on straight ledges where I've actually gotten it to work before. But on a happy accident a couple of times, I got a couple of willy grinds and got out pretty clean. So, you know, I'll take those. I know a lot of people don't like willy grinds. It's also called a lazy grind, and you can kind of see why. But, you know, when you're my age and you get a grind and you roll away, it's a win. So when I realized I probably wasn't going to get any sort of nose grind, I went back to just doing 50/50s, because the other thing I've always wanted to do and never done it before is do a back 50/50 and make it all the way off the end of this ledge. And I had to add a little more speed, and get the balance and everything just right. Almost got it there. But then finally my persistence was rewarded here with one that gets all the way off the edge. So then when I knock off a nice goal like that, I usually want to do more. Makes me get, I get that flow and I get energized and I'm like, what else can I do? I got to try something else. And so there's this 3-stair. These are really long stairs. And earlier I did roll up to it to see if I could ollie it. And I was like, no, that's way too far and too fast. But what I did do, and thanks Rick G for the inspiration, was I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to try a firecracker. And maybe on these stairs, because they're so wide, maybe it's not quite a firecracker, but more like a whole bunch of little manuals. But I don't really care because it's fun, and I ended up getting a couple of them, and it was just a neat thing to do on some stairs, and I've never thought of ever doing it before. And so here comes the one I think that I finally got clean, where my front wheels didn't hit right when I got to the bottom of the stairs. And then I decided I wasn't going to just have it be a one-off. I was going to do a couple more. After a few more tries, I got 3 of them in total. And so that's a win to get another new thing there, and a really fun one. Maybe I'll continue to try to do that in the future. So while I was doing that, I was eyeballing this block here. I've seen people use it in the past for manuals, mani-pad, or just get up there and then roll off or jump off the big side. And for whatever reason, I decided I was going to give it a try. And these attempts that you're seeing are my first attempts. I just needed to find out if I could get up there. So I was kind of rolling up, figuring out the speed, figuring out if I can ollie that high. And then when I finally did get up there, I don't know how, but I convinced myself to stay on the board and just ride off. And that was amazing. So I was like, okay, I have to do that again. I can't believe I just did that. Let's do it one more time. I got one that was a little cleaner, and I kind of knew what to expect this time. So that was really exciting. And if that wasn't enough, I'm waxing up the ledge side of the block now. And these are my first couple of tries. I have never done a 50/50 over anything with stairs before, but since I can get on to the beginning of the ledge before I hit the stairs, maybe there's a little bit less risk. So I was just seeing if I could get on it, lock in, slide a little bit. And after a few tries, I started to realize I can do this. And it became kind of a quest. It didn't take a million tries, but it was a bit of a battle. but all I had to do was lock in with the right kind of balance and then ride off the end. I just knew that if I could lock in properly and not be wobbling around and have my weight right over the edge in that sweet spot that I've done before on lower regular ledges that don't have stairs on them, I knew I could get it. There was the question of coming out of the grind and surviving the drop, because that drop for me is quite big, honestly. So I had survived coming off a bunch of times. That time I overcommitted and my board didn't get up there, but I was okay. It wasn't a problem. And a few more tries after that, I'm just trying to convince myself to lock that grind in and stay on. There, that one was close, but I knew I needed a little bit more speed so I could get off the ledge without snagging and hanging up. And so finally, and I left all of this in just so you can actually see my reaction to a trick that is really big and hard for me. This is usually what I'm like. I usually do not believe what is going on.
I can't believe we did that. That's crazy. I can't believe it. That's a big drop for a 45-year-old. But we got it.
And so as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.